Hi everyone, welcome back to the Blonde Edit. I'm your host, Hannah Victoria Jens. I'm so excited to be here today to talk about all things holidays, and the holidays are all about dessert. And there's no one else I'd want to discuss this with than the ultimate baker of New York, Joe Polito of the New York Cupcakery. He's amazing.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Welcome, Joe.
It is my pleasure to be here.
Thank you for coming. I'm so happy you're here.
It's, like I said, my pleasure. I'm looking forward to this for a while now.
Aw, thank you. Thank you for coming. So I just want to kind of get, for people who don't know you, we'll give a little bit of background about yourself. And so could you tell us a little bit about yourself, how the Cupcakery got started, and what inspired you to become a baker? But what you make is art.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, obviously it's a cupcake. So we years ago, I'm going to fast forward a little bit. When we got into the cupcakes were very big for a while. So my then wife had said, let's open up a cupcake shop, and I just got done with this Italian bakery where everything was the cannolis and the traditional stuff, sfogliatelle, croccante, all those things, and I just wanted to do something a bit more artistic than have a lot of traditional stuff, even though I am Sicilian, spoke the language, spoke the dialect, but still there was something missing. And when she found this little spot, let's go into it and do a cupcake shop, I'm like, how dare you? I am a trained pastry chef. I got a little arrogant too. It was like, this is beneath me. And then little by little, it just started to really take off. I really wanted to do the cake end of it, but the cupcakes were the everyday part of it. And she again said, let's go pink, let's go chandeliers. I'm like, look at me. Joey Cupcakes with the tattoos all over me. What do I look like? I have a pink cupcake shop. And it turned out she was right about pretty much all of it. So she was the brains behind the business. I was the workhorse in a sense. So it made a pretty good combination for the time.
You know, pink, I'm a fan.
I
So
couldn't
pink.
tell actually when I
never
stepped
would.
on set. I couldn't imagine maybe pink. So yeah, so I was right in your wheelhouse with that, I suppose.
You were. You certainly were. And I'm so glad that your wife inspired you to do this. It brought us together to meet. You made these beautiful cake, beautiful cookies.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I would say your desserts aren't just desserts. They're literally a work of art. Do you have a signature aesthetic, or you like to do all different things?
You know what? If there's anything that someone really wants about themselves or the guest of honor, that's when I get involved in it. So to say if there's a signature thing that I love to do, I love to get into someone's like mind and just basically say, what are they about? And then we make that the centerpiece in a way, because cakes are not just the sheet cake that they rolled out on communions anymore, that they just said, God bless or whatever, which is still pretty good if people want to go that route. But it becomes, like I mentioned before, the centerpiece part of the gift, part of the event. So if you can make a cake look like a Birkin bag or a Chanel bag or things like that, or a giant lipstick piece from Chanel, then everyone's kind of surrounded around it, and it becomes like a whole fun thing with that. Also, again, it becomes another gift, and people eat with their eyes first.
They do.
So they want to be able to say, that looks good, let's hope it tastes good too, and so far so good. Everyone
Absolutely.
seems to be happy, beginning and the end of the day.
Absolutely. And I've seen some of the bags you make. It looks like the bag. I would mistake, you're welcome, that cake for a bag.
Yeah, that's the fun part also too, when you can create something where it really does look like something else, and cakes offer that. You can be able to sculpt it with fondants and gum paste and modeling chocolates and really make it look like something else, and then that becomes, when you can fool someone, then it becomes a lot of fun along with that as well.
Oh, absolutely. Now, since this is holiday, and I know you do
Lots of
everything,
fun.
I know, I know you do a lot of different things, but what special cakes and dessert boxes can people expect from you for the holidays?
Holidays are what we call a smorgasbord, because everyone just comes in, and men and women shop differently. Women will come in and they want particular things. A guy will come in and say, give me 5 of those, 6 of these, 10 of those, put it in a box, let's go.
Yeah.
But when you deal with the women, you really have to show it off a little. So the artwork, when it comes to some of the cookies that we do, to make them snowmen or angels or candy canes, we do the holiday stuff. And again, that was getting away from some of the Italian traditional
Right.
cookies. And also, too, my favorite is gingerbread. I
Yeah.
love working with gingerbreads, whether we're making the homes or we're making the houses, or some people ask to recreate their home. So they'll send me like a blueprint of their home, and I'll have to build up an entire gingerbread piece that looks like their home, or maybe their business, or a home they grew up in. So
Kidding.
nostalgia is everything when it comes to the holidays,
Oh my
because
gosh.
it really does bring people back. So their childhood home from Brooklyn, even though they've been out to the Hamptons for many years, or other parts of the island, or even all over the country. They never left New York, they never left Brooklyn, they never left Queens, or they never left parts of the island. So if you recreate that, you're also recreating the memories that come along with all the holidays. And that's to me the best part, staying with family and the memories.
Absolutely. It's what family and holidays are all about.
100%.
Speaking of memories, is there any, like, a favorite memory or favorite cake you ever did in your time?
Oh, wow. I think probably the favorite one I've done was when I did it for a competition. So technically it wasn't a cake. We called them dummy cakes. But we would set this whole Victorian chocolate tiered cake where it was 7 feet tall, and we had to get it there and reassemble it. And the judges came around. It was nerve-wracking. I was still pretty young in my career, so it was great to be judged by some of the best in the world and stand against them and kind of just say, well, I'm part of this. That's what really gave me the confidence to move forward with it. Is some of the greatest chefs that I ever worked with was Hector Ayala. He was just phenomenal. He gave me the space as an artist to just, kind of move around, do my own thing with a lot of the traditional stuff that he brought me and showed me.
Oh,
But great things. That probably jumps out the most. The cake that wasn't a cake, let's put it that way.
The cake that wasn't a cake.
The cake that wasn't a cake was probably my favorite one.
And where was that competition?
It was in the Javits Center. It was,
Oh, fun.
yeah, many years ago. So I can't believe, saying 2001, 2002, 2003, it was 22 years ago now. That kind of flew by.
Wow. The
So
time.
yeah, long time.
And so that was someone that kind of mentored you.
Yes, Hector was a great mentor, great chef. Still is today.
You still talk to
Yes,
him?
yes, on Instagram. He'll always, when he compliments my work, I'm like, I know I hit it.
You know you hit it,
Right.
right? I feel like in life you have business associates that become family.
100%. Yeah, that's when you have clients, you can't just treat them like someone that, comes into your shop, by the way, here's your cake, goodbye. Get to know their names, get to know their kids, because you've been doing their cake since their first birthday, and now they're 15, 16. And I'm like, well, now I'm throwing a sweet 16 cake party for, for your daughter. I did the first birthday cake, but I stayed the same age. How was that possible?
Yeah.
I don't understand that part.
You don't get any older.
Yeah, I don't get any older.
The time's just spinning,
Spins
but
around, right.
you're staying stagnant.
I'm exactly in my own little realm.
Absolutely. Now, you brought up how you're Italian and the chorizo and the cannoli. Do you do those things?
I can,
You
yes.
can, okay.
From making the dough for the shells, frying the shells, we did all of those. The cannoli cream is still a pretty popular filling when it
Yeah.
comes to cannoli cream. Even people that aren't Italian like cannoli cream, and kind of they mix that with a cake. We call that traditionally a cassata cake, where we
Okay.
would put a marzipan on top of that, give it some color. That's very Sicilian. Some people just like the flavor. They don't want all that extra sweetness, because it is very sweet.
It is.
So when it comes to adding all of those extra sugars to it, but when you have the cannoli cream and it's done right, when you have the right ricotta cheese,
Yes.
then you can't lose.
You can't.
No.
It's perfect.
It
That's
is.
my favorite filling.
Is it?
Yeah, I
All
like
right.
that.
Well, you're honorary Sicilian from now.
Thank you. My husband would appreciate that. My husband's Italian and I'm Polish, but I'm always cooking Italian food.
All right, well, yeah.
Yeah, I'm married in. Now, you mentioned that you had a favorite professional memory. How about your family? Do you have a favorite cake? Did you ever do anything that was special?
Yes, and I would have to say, the first cake I ever professionally made was when I was an intern at Chelsea Baking Company back in '92. Did I just age myself? I'm sorry.
No, you said 2022.
Right, 22. Anyhow, yeah, that was my favorite cake because I did a 14-inch cake, and it was like at the end of my internship. So I looked at my boss at the time. I'm like, it's actually my sister's birthday, my father's birthday, and my mother's birthday, all within 4 days of each other. It was May 21st, 22nd, and 24th. So I was able to make a cake with all of their names on it. The first one I ever actually did on my own. And he gave it to me for nothing. I brought it home, and I have a really nice picture of them blowing out the candles somewhere.
That's so special.
Yeah, that was a great moment. So actually, if you're asking me what my favorite cake was because of the memory and what it was my first one.
That's so special. It was almost like you set the stage for such a successful career.
I mean, some athletes say that won multiple championships. What was your favorite one? They're like, they're all great, but man, that first one, that meant a lot. So I guess it holds true for cakes as well.
It does. It
I
does.
think so.
And what I think is great is you made this beautiful cake today and these cookies.
Oh,
You're welcome. You talked about athletes. You make amazing sports cakes.
I love doing sports cakes because it's near and dear to my heart. I'm a huge fan. I'm a big athlete. I was always able to. I played football and hockey mostly, and got into golf later because when guys get older and they still want to compete at things, they play golf. So
Yeah.
most frustrating thing in the world, by the way.
Golf,
Yeah, they
yes.
call it golf because all the other four-letter words were taken. Apparently, is what they say. So yeah, I got into that for a little bit. But yeah, being an athlete or being involved in the sports has a lot to do with being in the kitchen. It has the same mentality, the locker room, and the feel for it, and understanding that the goal is to create something what the people want. So
Right.
yeah, I drew a lot from how I was coached to how I was trained into, and I think it really helped in my career now. So yeah, lots of fun.
There's a lot of parallels because you're an athlete and you have fans that you want to do a good job for. But when you're a baker, it's still like a sport because it's a lot. It's a
We're on our
science.
feet all day, yeah. It's
Yeah.
one of those things where it's and days off, we really didn't have a lot
No.
growing up until you get your own business, and then you really never have a day off. It's like one of those things where you're always working, even if you're closed, you're still working.
Yes.
So that's kind of like being the head coach in a part where they're never really done. There's no off season, and for lack of a better term. So again, this was something that we like to do because I like to call it quick and simple. And it just, it makes people happy when they look at, hey, how do you not look at a cupcake and not be happy is what my point is.
I couldn't agree
People look at
more.
cupcakes and they want to, it's like, one woman came into my shop and I'm like, I feel like I just walked into a hug.
You do,
Because
right?
it smells, we're always baking all day long. We got cookies going, we bake with butter, which is important. That really gets that whole, that good smell going. So when they walk in and they see things like this, it just, takes them back to when they had cupcakes as a kid, I suppose.
Yeah, there's a nostalgic element to
We make
it.
it bigger so everyone has a piece.
It's so cute. I love it. Is there a sport? Do you have like a dream sports team you'd love to bake for?
I'm a big Ranger, Yankee, and Jet fan, being from New York Knicks. I would probably say the Yankees if I could be involved somehow in the Yankee Stadium and do like baseball cupcakes for them and put them in all of the in the luxury suites.
Yeah.
That would probably be my dream.
Let's
but,
make a New Year's resolution.
Let's put it out in the
Let's
universe.
put it out there. Have you worked with any sports teams in the past?
Actually, being a big Ranger fan, I did work with the Islanders
I love that.
in the Nassau Coliseum when they remodeled and before they went to the, I think it's a UBS.
UBS,
Yes,
sure.
UBS now. Yeah, they would get for their suites. They didn't have many suites, but they would order Islander cupcakes, and I would go there with 3,000 Islander cupcakes for every home game.
Oh,
But I made sure when I delivered, I wore my Ranger shirt.
you did.
Oh yeah, you got to troll. Everyone had fun with it. But I walked in here, the Islander cupcakes, got my Ranger
You
shirt
had
on.
your Ranger
So,
jersey.
exactly. We had fun with it.
I love that we're big Islander fans in our house, but it's all
No,
fun.
I won't hold it against you.
Okay, yeah, it's all good, right?
Right, it's all good.
Did you ever get to deliver during an Islander Ranger game?
No,
Oh.
'cause then that's the one thing I probably can't watch anymore because of if blood pressure or whatever, I can't watch Rain Islander games.
Yeah.
Not my thing.
No.
Yeah, I got to stay away. I want to keep. I'll look at my phone. I'll check the scores.
All right,
You
it's nerve-wracking.
Yeah,
It
is.
really is.
It really is. No matter what time of the season it is, I take it personally.
I know, but they're fun games to go to.
They are. Maybe I don't have fun anymore, but yeah.
Depending if what arena you're at.
Actually, yeah, when you go to like the UBS, or back when it was the Nassau Coliseum, it was like 40% Ranger fans there anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So, and then when you go to the Garden, there's always a lot of Islander fans there as well.
It's a healthy
But
mix.
I don't know about healthy, but depends on how many drinks people had. It's probably not healthy at that point.
Oh
but-
my gosh, I know.
Yeah, but we had fun growing up. I mean, back with the old Garden with the blue seats and everything. So I got to experience that.
That's
But
good.
Lots of fun.
It is fun, absolutely.
Absolutely.
So just to pivot a little bit, when like say someone's coming in for a cake, right, and they have no idea what they want because it can get overwhelming. Desserts aren't my forte. I mean, full disclosure, I spoke with Joe and I sent him my logo and he made this beautiful cake. Could you want to tell us a little bit about the cake and what's in it?
Sure. I mean, I try to keep it simple, but
Good.
I like to go vanilla and a dulce de leche, which is a caramel type of flavor. yeah, when it comes to the actual flavors, you don't know, some people don't like chocolate, some people, we do an egg-free ones, or people want to do some vegan. But I
Sure.
kept it simple here, but I still wanted to give a flavor, not just go vanilla on things. You'll have the caramel flavor in there. You can share that alone a little later. And a lot of people do some cookies, but they use a royal icing on top, which looks fine, but it doesn't taste great, because it really
No.
does solidify into like a bit of a rock. So that
It
becomes a
does.
favor where people kind of just toss or throw away, or if they bite into it, you may lose a tooth. I like to use chocolate because it's a little bit more malleable, and it just tastes better.
It does.
You have a little less control with it, but it does taste better. And cooking with butter always makes it better.
Butter makes such a
Butter
difference.
makes it a huge difference.
What ingredient do you feel could negatively impact a cake or a
Oh,
cookie?
anything where when you're using cheap ingredients.
Cheap, yeah.
Anytime you go substandard on ingredients, then you're not giving your all on that. I mean, and when you start to do that, you start to mask it with extra sugar, and it just becomes overly sweet.
Right.
So I've had some of my best compliments is when people said, when I bit into it, I always wanted that second bite, third bite, because I wasn't felt overpowered with sweet,
Right.
just, or that just, it didn't take over. So that's some of my best compliments, is when you actually, people finish the cake, and when they say, everyone went for seconds and no one went for seconds before.
Right.
That was always nice when you get that feedback from clients that they ran out of cake, we gotta get a bigger one next time.
Absolutely. No, I feel like a lot of the times these beautiful cakes, they look good, but they don't taste good. But
That's,
yours,
thank you. That's,
You're
I
welcome.
I think unfortunately, a lot of people do get into this business because they see what's on TV, and they see the Cake Boss and all these other TV shows that are out there, and they wanna be artists, and a lot of them are great artists, but they're
Sure.
not pastry chefs.
right.
I became a pastry chef first just because of the generation I was born in. I
Okay.
didn't see all these TV shows. The cakes were kind of that thing you had with coffee growing up,
Right.
during weddings or events. Nobody really, that was a side thing, but now it's front and center.
Oh, yeah.
It's at the dais, the cakes don't leave the event. They're not in the refrigerator and rolled out just for the ceremony with a candle, and that's it. So now you kind of have to be a little bit more elaborate with it and make it look great, but, if it doesn't taste good, what's the point?
I agree with you. Like, why are you gonna put all that effort in? No one wants to even eat it.
You gotta just see it through. Is
I-
what my pastry chef used to always say. See it from the beginning to the end. See it all the way through. Sometimes the only thing I don't do is cut it and serve it because I'm not there. But
You're not
but
there.
when I actually am at the event, I do that.
You do.
Yeah, when I'm at a family event and I bring a cake with me, I make sure to cut it too. So
You do.
I do, absolutely.
That's too funny. So we are in the Hamptons. You and I had spoke previously that you have been coming out here forever.
Yeah.
It's a big part of your life. If you were to make a Hamptons cake, what do you think you would put in it, and how would it look?
Well, lots of things you can do with that. I mean, when you want to go Hamptons, I mean, the first thing that pops in people's mind is the poshness of it, the bouginess, the cars, the tennis court, and all these other things that go along with the playground of the rich, which is all true, and that's all great. Not a problem with it. But I love history. I'm a big history guy. So when I drive along 27 and I see windmills, I want to get back to those days and maybe make a giant, like, kind of windmill cake, edible pieces along with that, and then kind of pull from that, and you get into the beaches and some of the places that stand out in the Hamptons, or some of my own personal memories. Or if you're doing it for a client, you want to get into the memories too. But if I can do something to to a windmill part, then yeah, that would reflect the Hamptons and its heritage of
Sure.
being in the Dutch villages before the English came over, and everyone else kind of
Right.
came in.
It was a totally different world. It was even in the
Oh, yeah.
90s and the early
Fishing,
2000s.
all the other great villages that are along here.
Fishing.
The sailing, there was some, I think I passed one of the historical plaques in Bridgehampton that they had a racetrack there, and I didn't even know. It
Yeah.
was like a automobile racing back like in the 20s. I think the last time they had it was in the 60s. I'm like, that's, like a generation ago. I didn't know about it.
Yes.
So it's cool to see a lot of those historical plaques along with the homes that you have been here for hundreds of years.
They're so beautiful.
Beautiful, gorgeous.
Things are not made the same anymore, in my opinion.
Unfortunately, no. They put up a lot of, glass purple walls now and, call them buildings.
I
But
know.
the feel of a Victorian home, something about it, just to even walk through them and just hear some of the creaks.
Right.
It's just kind of cool. I like that kind of thing.
The real wood floors.
Yes, porches, things like that.
The front porch.
Yes.
Absolutely. Do you have a favorite Hampton?
Oh, wow. Originally, I would say, I love them all. It's like picking your favorite kid. Because
Yeah.
I do love, like, say Pierre, so I'll go Bridgehampton with that.
Yeah.
Southampton, the whole Main Street area, along with St. Ambrose and a few things where my kids,
Delicious.
East Hampton is where my daughter first took her first steps on the beach there.
Oh my
So I have a lot of memories
God.
there as well, but Montauk is where I kind of gravitated towards, even though it still doesn't want to technically be a Hampton. I
Right.
get it, it's a surfing, fishing village, but still, it's when I wanted to get away from all of the, craziness, I would drive out there a little bit, an extra hour, hour and a half, and just relax along those beaches. And I
Yeah.
have a lot of friends out there now too, so,
You do. That's great. No, it's wonderful. Um, if so, is there ever a time where you don't make a cake for yourself? Like, is there a bakery you would go to?
Oh. I'm gonna stay traditional
Yeah.
Italian. I would go to Villa Bate in Brooklyn,
Okay.
probably. That's I'm from Queens, so I'd probably take a trek out there because they're very Sicilian. But I would say over here, you still have the pastry shop along by Pierre's. He has that little side area
Yeah.
where you can get a lot of different cakes and desserts and coffees and such. So if that's my go-to bake shop. Citarella has a great showcase
I know.
full of wonderful, wonderful things, and they have so much talent, the place.
They do.
You're looking at it, it really just, when you walk past it, you're not hungry, and then you wind up, walking out there with 2 bags full of, it's like the Target of food.
It is the target of food.
I went in for a sandwich, I came out with sushi, and I got bags of Polito, baguettes, and sourdoughs, and all these
Steaks.
other things. Exactly.
Oh my gosh,
Exactly, yeah.
everything.
They know how to get you in that place.
Oh, they really do.
Right.
I love the one in Southampton just because it's a little bigger.
Yes,
You
right.
can really walk
You're
around
right.
there. They're all beautiful, but so a little more about you. If someone wants to do a cake with you, how far out in advance should they reach out? Is there a special inquiry firm or?
There was actually, well, when you want something a bit more elaborate, and sometimes when they don't know what they want, I get to be able to sketch out for them as they're talking, if it's a face-to-face.
Okay.
So as they're talking about what it is, I'll just point to them like, email like this, and I'm like, wow, okay, yeah, that's kind of where we're going. So face-to-face is always best, but when we're doing something elaborate, like I mentioned, a bit more labor-intensive, I would like at least 2 weeks, because we do get a lot of orders.
Sure.
And especially depending on the time of year, when we get into May and June,
Oh
it's
my God.
huge with communions, huge with graduation. So I tell people, I'm like, you really have to get in like by March, because the weekends, there's not much more that we can do. And they'll say something, well, I came in, I ordered a cake, and you got it for me in 2 days. I'm like, well, yeah, that was January.
Right.
January's a little different from May and June. And now the big wedding months are like late August. All of September is a huge wedding month
Oh,
now.
yeah.
The weather is perfect in September here in the Northeast. Now into November, it starts to wind down a little bit, but we had an outstanding cake season. We're still going through it until right around Thanksgiving, and then we kind of calm it down a little with the weddings.
Would you agree that it doesn't get nice out until the end of June now here in Long Island, right?
Yes.
And we're extending our summer
And
almost.
we could have a whole nother show about how climate has changed, yes, but I think it's shifted
Yeah.
more than it changed in a lot of ways. There's been a climate shift. I'm born in March. I remember my birthdays was always starting to get warm.
Me
And
too.
once you got to April and May and June were beautiful months, but now it's
Beautiful.
pretty cold.
It is.
And it rains a lot in June, whereas September used to be kind of chilly, and October was always dead freezing.
Yes.
Now I think people are still on the beach October 8th. I
They
saw
were.
people posting, and I actually went to a pumpkin farm, and I was sweating. I was like, what am I doing in a pumpkin farm? It's 86 degrees, and then like, it just turns. It
I
completely
know.
turns. And
It
then like,
does.
within a day or two, they took it up to maybe like 32 next week or something, but that's the shift, I think, because when June, unfortunately, and I think I was even speaking to a friend about this, I'm like, they should just do these rentals out here in the Hamptons.
Yes.
And they consider the summer season from Memorial Day to Labor Day, they should shift it from like 4th of July weekend to maybe Columbus Day.
I
Because,
agree.
there's a lot more fun to be had. Labor Day it closes, got 6 more weeks of beautiful weather.
You do.
And I know kids are in school, and that may be a little bit of a difference, but, it's, and that's probably best for me. I can come out here and not deal with all the helicopter moms
Oh, I know.
poolside.
Right, right.
But my kids are older now, I can say that.
The crowd. Absolutely. Yeah, it's true. Because even over the past 10 years, because my husband and I got married June 23rd, so we always come for our anniversary, but it's cold in June. I'm
Yeah.
cold.
Even if you have a nice day, at night, as soon as that sun sets, it's 50, and it's breezy out here too. Not a lot of landmass to deflect the wind out here.
No,
So we catch it all. Yes, I do agree. I remember even being a big Yankee fan, going to all the World Series games back in the 90s,
Sure.
in the late 90s, and it was freezing out. It was like
Really?
we had muffs on, and now you can probably, not that we've been to a World Series, well, we've been to one last year, but still.
Oh, you went last
I
year?
went last
How
year.
was it?
Oh, we lost. It was terrible.
Oh, were you there when Judge dropped the ball?
No, that was the
a
one game,
different
I didn't go to that game, and that's a good thing I didn't. I probably
Oh.
would have made it out of there.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that was heartbreaking.
Oh,
That was pretty rough.
man.
That was a rough one.
Do you have a favorite player?
All time?
Yeah, we could do all time and now.
All time. Ooh, wow, that's pretty big. I'm gonna say Ricky Henderson,
Okay.
because even though he wasn't an original Yankee, I loved watching him play when, in, again, late 80s.
Sure.
He bounced around a lot, but I did like, I didn't get a chance to see those guys like Mickey Mantle or Joe DiMaggio play. They're legends and such. I've seen them, but never just play. But yeah, my favorite player was probably Ricky Henderson growing up. Don Mattingly growing up was another one. But more recently, I would probably say was Paul O'Neill. I mean, he was just like that guy that tipped over a Gatorade, jug and threw a bat, and he had that. I bet he's an Aries. He's probably an Aries. Probably a March Aries. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. He had the same fire to him. But I just loved them all. But those are the guys that really got me going. Was especially as a big Yankee fan then. But we need another player. I love Judge too.
Yeah.
I love. He does all the right things.
I'm partial to Judge too. I mean, my husband's a Met fan, so I watch the Mets, and I love the Mets too. But
Okay.
if I
I don't hate the Mets. I kind of pity the Mets. I don't.
oh my God.
That was arrogant of me. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Hey, it's all out of fun. So, where can everyone? So it was so fun having you today.
That's it. It's done. I can go on forever. This is great. That flew by.
I know, and where can come back whenever you want?
Oh,
We'll
absolutely.
have to do a part 2.
Listen, I'll be
with
like
you.
Kramer. I'm just gonna be sliding in the door here. If you leave that invitation open,
You
I'll
come
just
back
show up.
whenever you want. Where can everyone find you?
On Instagram is probably best. It's joey.cupcakes43,
Okay.
and my business is New York Cupcakery, NY Cupcakery, and you can see all of our cakes and that joey.cupcakes43. That's more of the behind the scenes look of what I like to do. I like to get dressed up, have a cigar, have a bourbon or a scotch, night in the Hamptons somewhere.
Absolutely.
So that's kind of that scene, but and I'll throw a few cakes in there too to remind people what I do. But
Yeah.
the business side is New York Cupcakery.
Perfect. No, please come back whenever you want.
Take you up on that.
Yeah, we'll have part 2, and we'll
Absolutely.
talk all things. We'll get more into the sports too.
All right, how much time do you got? We're gonna need more time for that one.
I know.
I'm a Jet fan. I'm traumatized. You have to lay out on the couch. You'll be like Sigmund Freud. I'll be out there. Why did I do this?
I'll bring cocktails.
Please.
I will.
Jet fans need to get soused.
You said, what are you, like a bourbon?
I'm more of a, yes, I do like Scotch whiskeys, aged 18, that kind of stuff. But if I was my go-to drink, if it's going to be a mixed drink, it's an old-fashioned, probably a Wolford or a Bullet, sometimes
Perfect.
rye. But yeah, absolutely, a good old-fashioned was pretty good.
Those are good.
Oh, yeah.
So we're done.
We are done.
It went so fast.
It did. Time
Wow.
flies when you're having a good time.
It was fun.